Hello and welcome to the Valley. Today I am your host, Janet. Michael, it is the Valley Business today. Front Royal Warren County Chambers turning the Michael City in the lounge at the Front Royal Chamber. Nikki Foster here with me. Drea is here, special guest. Drea is joining us from Warren County Habitat for Humanity. And it dawns on me, Nikki, as I say that we're sitting in the lounge, that we talked a lot during COVID about you getting this lounge put together.
Yes.
We mentioned it on every show. Every time you ordered a piece of furniture, we talked about when it was going to get here. And we've recorded several times sitting in this very spot and have not really talked about how kudos to you for it looks exactly like what you wanted. You've got the sofa, you've got the comfy chairs, there's a nice table, people can come here and work.
Absolutely.
This is a really nice place to come and get away from your office if you need to.
Absolutely, and that's the goal, right? I wanted it to be a cozy space, and I wanted also to have little nooks and crannies where folks could come here and work uninterrupted if they wanted. We've all been there, right? Like where our office, people in our office are driving us crazy. We can't go somewhere like a coffee shop or something because we don't want to be interrupted. So we've got spaces here for people who want to hide. You might come in here and you won't know it, but there's somebody hiding somewhere in this building because they
If I'm hiding, you'll know it because you'll hear me.
But they just didn't want to have to deal with whatever the chaos was of the day. But yeah, we're really pleased with how this has turned out. And we've got folks using this space all the time for meetings. We had the Arc of Warren County. They did their play rehearsal here last night.
Oh, cool. I wondered why there was a script on the table. I'm like, what is she doing when I'm not around?
You never know what's happening in this space, and we're continuously trying to improve it. Drea and I share a board member, Patrick Henry, and Patrick and I are working on transforming our boardroom into more of a classroom space. So we can have tables that we can move into different configurations and those sorts of things. So yeah, we're still transforming the space, but I'm really happy with how it's turned out.
We use it a lot, Drea, for brainstorming sessions. Like we have our nonprofit committee meeting here, but then we meet up here to bounce ideas and...
I have hidden here a time or two.
Everyone has.
I am grateful.
I feel like that might be why you're on the show today, because you were going to be here hiding and I decided to just throw a mic in your face.
I am grateful for the space. It is super welcoming, it is comfortable, and it is a space where you can go. Even though it's taking a break from your normal, it still allows you to be able to work, still be able to do things, still be able to get stuff done. So it's just a change of venue, but to have that option is amazing for me.
It's a disconnect without actually disconnecting, which I think is really fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I think you're absolutely right. And for me, it's great to have folks in here on a regular basis. It helps me know what folks are facing, what's going on, and then it helps as we're developing programs and projects and different things. We're hearing from folks about maybe what their struggles are and what they're dealing with and those sorts of things. So, yeah.
Or the event that they're planning that involves sneakers. I can't even tell you how excited I am about an event that I can wear my Chuck Taylors to.
The sneaker ball is going to be super awesome, but wanting to say that the time spent here at the chamber, it is a revolving door of a cast of characters. And so you get the exposure to people that being in my office I probably wouldn't see, because head down you're really concentrating on the next. Being here away from your office, still working, but just being introduced to people in the community who are coming in. The chamber is such a great resource, and I think people don't often understand how much of a resource the chamber is.
It's such a hub.
It really is, but just being able to, one, connect with Niki, because Niki is the knower of all things.
All things and all people.
You're right. So all things and all people, bouncing those collaborative ideas. If you're in a nonprofit or any other space, you've been in Warren County any length of time, you realize it requires people. It requires more than just thinking outside the box. You have to get outside of the box to do that. And that's really what's been super helpful for me. But I can't wait to talk about our sneaker ball. Yay.
So how did you come up with that idea? Because that's the other thing. When you talk about nonprofits, all of you do fundraising. And you can't keep doing the same kinds of fundraising because each nonprofit has to set themselves apart. And a lot of them do galas, a lot of them do festivals, a lot of them do different types of events. And it's really hard to find a fresh spin on an event. But this is truly a fresh spin.
So listen, first of all, I am an ADD kid, so keeping me focused is crazy. And then I like fun stuff. Now, I would love to pretend that I am the one that came up with this brainchild, but that is Sonia Wilkins. She's the chair of our fundraising committee. She's just a brilliant mind, and her brain just goes a million miles a minute. And she was like, hey, sneaker ball. I was like, yes. I'm like, I trip over dust barefooted. So being able to wear sneakers,
Heels are dangerous.
Heels are absolutely dangerous. They are not in my wardrobe at all. But not being stale, because we are asking people to separate their funds and donate to what we do. And we don't want you to come to something that's just run of the mill. So last year we had the masquerade ball, which was super fun. This year the sneaker ball. We want to just keep changing it up. We don't want it to, and for all my clergy, please forgive me, we don't want it to feel like a church service. We don't want it to be so static and so structured. I'm not structured. Truth be told. But just being able to have fun, to understand that what we're working towards, not just affordable housing in Warren County, but also the repairs, keeping our citizens safe in their homes. And all of us know our budgets have gone completely out of pocket. And as a nonprofit, we rely on the kindness of strangers. And the goal is to build those relationships. We want to get to know you, whether you're an individual, whether you're a business, whether you're another nonprofit. Springboard off of our sneaker ball is we'll be collecting sneakers. And so we'll be working with some select other nonprofits to be able to distribute those sneakers. Sneakers are one of those things that is needed, whether we're collecting them for children or anybody in need, but we'll be working with other organizations within Warren County, so they will stay here in the county. But that's something we really want to do. Working on another fun thing to get our partner families engaged. I don't know if you guys have been over on Osage Street behind Dunkin' Donuts.
I have not seen it. I know Nikki's a regular through that Dunkin' Donuts drive-through.
I've got my Dunkin' sweet iced tea right here, right now, so I saw it this morning.
Listen, it has been, humbled is probably the best word I can say, to watch it go from muddy pits in the ground to all of a sudden going straight up, because we've had organizations that believe in what we do, and they have piled on with either discounts, donations, no labor costs, no material costs. I'm going to always give a shout out to Warren Lee Construction. It is his heart that has been completely involved. I will not speak about how we've gotten to this place without talking about Green to Ground Electrical. We also had Still Standing Stone. We've had so many contractors that have just come in and poured, MT, Mechanical, pouring into what we're doing over there. To say thank you and to be humbled by that grace is crazy.
So, Drea, what will the end result of that build be?
So our first phase, so phase one, will be a duplex, and we have 2 Habitat partner families that are already super excited, and they drive by all the time, and then a single family which will be sold on the market, because that will allow us to continue to build.
To get the funds to build more houses.
Because building houses is not cheap, and if it were not, again, for the grace, and I will say this, Cody Warren from Warren Lee Construction has called everybody he can think of, hey, this is what we're trying to do. We're like really trying to change this neighborhood. I'm never going to bash anybody's neighborhood. There's a lot of history in that neighborhood, and I don't want to lose that. And so I think there's a lot of people that often have negative things to say about Osage Street. I don't have that negativity. There's history in it, whether the history is good or bad.
Every neighborhood has room for improvement.
Absolutely. And my mom, she's gone, but she used to love to have meals at King's Kitchen on Osage Street. So while that neighborhood right now is definitely not in the best form in which it could be, like you said, there's some wonderful history there, and what you guys are doing to help maybe revitalize that area, maybe we'll bring it.
That's the thing that I think sometimes people don't think about when they think about a Habitat house going up, is not only are you impacting a particular family, in this case 2 particular families, but you're impacting an entire street. You're creating a neighborhood where maybe there used to be one and then maybe there wasn't, but now there can be again. That's such a greater good that you can do.
That, I think, is the thing that keeps me moving on the days where it gets hard to just push through, is that it is something bigger. We can go all the way back to the civic pride.
Yeah.
The economic development. Habitat and what we do just has greater impact than just the one space that people see us doing. That's tax revenue because these are homeowners. A lot of people think that we're giving away houses. No. You have to qualify for a mortgage.
Not even that. So let's talk about that for just a second. You not only have to qualify for a mortgage, you have to go through a process. You have to take classes. You have to know when you get the keys to that front door that you know how to take care of that house. What are you going to do if the hot water heater fails? Tim, my husband, came and did a whole class on landscaping and what not to plant to keep termites away. There's a lot involved for these families before they even ever get that key.
You are so right. He made me itch with that. That was the Happy at Home series.
Welcome to my world.
The Happy at Home series. You are so right. We are not creating homeowners that do not understand the depths of home ownership. There's nobody to call other than, hey, I hope you've got the money. If something goes wrong, it's now your responsibility. It's very different than having a landlord where you're not worried about the grass and getting violations or all the different things, whether that's insurance, pest control, all of those things really have an impact. And so we try to make sure we do provide all the education that we possibly can. From budgeting, they have to take the financial classes, they have to do those things. Plus they have the sweat equity where they've got to put in their work. Obviously this build has been a little different. We use more trades than we've done volunteerism. But as they get under roof, they'll be able to really begin to see themselves in there, even though it's not ready, whether that's cleaning up from the trades that were in there, screwing in sockets,
painting,
all of those things, because if you paint and you mess it up, that's your house, baby.
And that's also become a national trend. I spoke with your counterpart in Winchester several months ago, and she was telling me that it's not the Habitat building model that it was when Jimmy Carter was out there swinging a hammer, because there are so many safety issues now, and there are inspections, and there are things that have to be done to a code in a certain way to make that a safe house for those people to move into, that you just can't have me, heaven forbid, doing your electrical or putting your roof on. So kudos to you for recognizing that.
And that, it's sad because all of us want to go back to that time we knew. It's a time gone by. It's all that this level of nostalgia, but we have safety protocols for a reason. And Kim Herbstreit in Winchester has been a great sounding board. She knows her thing inside and out. And so me coming in new, there was a lot of learning too. And so just having people around you that are willing to hold you upright while you navigate waters you've never traversed has been invaluable. So it's been a lot of learning, but I am so pleased with how we're moving forward. One of the biggest things is how do we continue to do what we do, because we're not a charity, we're a nonprofit. And those are different. We do really rely on the donations and the input, and so we always want to give back, and we want to be able to help other people as well. So it's not just all about us, all about me. We want to give back too. So that has been something we've been working on this year, is being collaborative with as many organizations and nonprofits as we can to realize Habitat does not operate alone.
You're not just building houses, you're building community, and you can't do that as you stand alone in a corner as Habitat. You have to partner with all these other nonprofits, because that's what building a community requires.
I wish that was something that the world understood.
And that's something that I love so much about our nonprofit alliance, is that as a group of nonprofits and organizations, we're all looking for ways to work together to further our missions and to help our partners and our friends further their missions as well.
Let's take a break. When we come back, let's talk a little bit about that financial side of it, because you're right, none of this happens for free. You still have to pay for the lumber and the building materials and all of the tradesmen. While some of them may donate some of their time, you're not getting everything done for free. And that's why things like the sneaker ball and fundraisers are so important. Can we talk about that in the next segment?
Absolutely.
We are recording today at the Front Royal Warren County Chamber of Commerce. Niki is all decked out on her turquoise sofa. I'm in a purple chair. I got to figure out why there's not an orange chair here. I have an orange chair. Maybe I'll have to bring one in. Maybe
I have a bright yellow one in another
You
room.
do, and it comes out into like a sofa, like a chaise. Maybe that's what I should be sitting in. We're going to figure all that out during the break and come back and talk more with Drea from Warren County Habitat, as well as Niki from the Front Royal Warren County Chamber in just a couple of minutes.
This Saturday, Henry Mueller will change the world. He has no idea that's what he's going to do. He only knows that he went to justserve.org and signed up to spend time at a senior center Saturday morning. As he browsed through service opportunities in his own community, he remembered the words of Paul to the Galatians, "By love serve one another." Little does Henry know that Saturday morning he'll end up speaking to one senior in particular who hasn't seen his family in several weeks and is feeling especially lonely. Henry doesn't know the short time he'll spend with this man will lift his spirits, cheer his heart, and make his life just a little better. Through love and service this Saturday, Henry Mueller will change the world. See the difference you can make. Sign up for service opportunities in your community. Visit justserve.org.
Welcome back to the Valley today. I am your host, Janet Michael. It is the Valley Business today, and we are sitting at the front row of Warren County Chamber of Commerce. Niki Foster, of course, is here with me. Drea Ross is here as well. She is the director at the Warren County Habitat for Humanity. We were talking a little bit about the houses that you build, the communities that you build, the families, quite frankly, that you also build during this entire process. But none of it comes at zero cost to you. There are crazy costs. You still have to pay for permits. You still have to pay for inspections, not even mentioning the lumber and the electrical and the plumbing and all of the other things. And that's why things like the sneaker ball are so incredibly important for you to be able to have that money to get these two families into their home, to get that third home finished and on the market, so you can build home 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What can I do? Can I buy a ticket? Can I be a sponsor? Give me all of that sort of information.
I love that you ask all the questions. In my next life, I'm going to be you. You have all the questions to ask. So, yes, all of those things cost money. I would love it if we lived in a world where those things were free and we could just go to the lumber store and say, hey, I need, and if they say here, rainbows and unicorns. It doesn't work like that. Those things are very expensive. Anybody who has to go purchase anything knows that everything has gone up after COVID prices, and everything's ridiculous.
And given our current economy, budgets are tighter.
Budgets are tight.
It's more complicated sometimes for people to give, which also then impacts you, as well as the fact that their lumber prices are going up. There are tariffs on things now that maybe something you could have bought 6 months ago is costing you substantially more today through zero fault of your own, quite frankly.
You're right. All the things that go on a global scale do impact us in a small community. And I don't know that everybody really thinks on that level. They're like, oh, well, why is it taking you so long? That question made me sad because we are really just doing the best we can. It comes down to doing the fundraisers, asking people, hey, will you allow us to have a discount with your organization? Just asking and hoping that people genuinely find the value in what we do, that they're willing to be a sponsor. So right now we're open to sponsorships for our sneaker ball. You'll see me around town with a big old sneaker. Take a picture.
I'm quite looking forward to seeing this giant sneaker.
With a 4-foot sneaker, and it sounds crazy. That's par for the course.
So the event is happening when? Give me the date, the location, give me some of the basic logistics.
Dates and times. It is November 15th. It will be at the Shenandoah Valley Golf Club. It is going to start at 6 p.m. We will have a silent auction. The cadets from Massanutten will usher you in and say, hey, welcome, to make you feel all special when you walk in. We have a local DJ that will be taking care of the music. We'll have a photo booth.
Amazing food, because you said Shenandoah Valley Golf Club, right?
Yes.
So the food's going to be fantastic.
Yes, there will be open bar. I say that very low. But there will be an open...
Looking for a bar sponsor, anybody out there listening?
Always looking for a bar sponsor. We want people to come out and see what we're doing. You'll be able to see the transition on Osage, where we started from the existing house that was there with
that's cool.
trees and the whole night. Like, I have been taking pictures like a crazy woman since the beginning of time. When I grew up, we had a dark room, so we used to develop pictures, so I just like taking pictures. But it gets to go back and tell the story when you don't remember.
Who would have guessed that you would have come full circle in this way? That's cool. I didn't know that. I've known you quite a while now, and I did not know that. So that's really cool that you have these from way before you ever even considered that you might be the one putting families in homes on that street. That is awesome.
It's really cool. People see their neighborhood changing when they're like, oh, I remember. And
I remember when such and such was there.
And you're like, ooh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that we do them proud and we go back to what neighborhoods look like, where families are taking care of their families and we're looking out for little Miss Johnson down the road and, hey, kid, get out of the street.
Shouldn't you be home doing your homework right now? And
where somebody's looking out for somebody. So I would like to bring neighborhoods back to what we do. It changes the dynamic of the neighborhood. It changes the dynamic of the county. It changes lives. And so I really want to be a part of that. But we cannot do that without the help from our neighbors.
without people buying tickets to this event, without people being sponsors, or even just giving you money or
Yes.
offering, you mentioned a second ago, this event's going to have a silent auction.
Yeah.
So if there are businesses in town that can give you something that you can put in that silent auction, all of those things add up at the end of the night and at the end of the bill.
Every year we've had people who are saying, hey, I like what you're doing. We'll give you a sponsorship so that you can invite other people in the community that can't pay for themselves. Pay it forward ticket. There's a young man in town, and I think I can't recall his name right now, but I always see him walking through and he's cleaning up downtown. And I just have to roll by him one time real quick and see if I can invite him. But he cleans up after the people who are thoughtless and not thinking and just dropping stuff. He walks all around town and he cleans up. He lives here in town.
Wow.
But
He
from
lives
the-
on Main Street.
Talk about that civic engagement we were talking about when we did the Revitalize or Die thing a year or two ago, that just picking up trash could make such an impact.
Right.
Not throwing it down is even better, but
That event has had so many repercussions. I had wanted to bring Jeff to town for so long, and when I was finally able to do it, it's still every week, and I tell Jeff this all the time. I communicate with him via email. People come back to that all the time. There are so many
it is
little
crazy
nuggets
to
of
me
things.
how many times I follow him on social media, but it is crazy to me how many times I see his posts being shared by people here
Yes.
that also are following him and want everybody else to see and to know. That's part of that community we were talking about earlier.
Absolutely.
It was impactful. It was impactful to see how your contributions impact something greater than you. That was one of the...
And those are very parallel to what you're doing with these homes that you're building.
You listen, you've got to know that when the chamber puts something together, it has been well thought out and it has got a reach that is beyond.
Where can people go get more information about the event? Where can they find information about Habitat? They can donate, they can see what you need. Can I just go to Lowe's or even Home Depot and get a gift card for $100, $200, $1,000? Can you use that?
Absolutely. Listen, we will accept gift cards. We will accept cash, checks. Some people come in and they want to do
Money
cards.
orders, I can leave my estate to you, all of the things.
Which is crazy because we have had people put it in their will to donate land to us. People have gifted
great.
us land because in order
You gotta
to,
buy that too.
You gotta buy that too. So the cost is bigger than, I think, unless you're building a house and you really know, because I encountered somebody the other day like, hey, I'm building a house, I know how much it is. It's not. And he was understanding. He was like, ugh.
I get it.
But the average Joe person gets a finished product and they don't know all the things that go in it. But for our organization here, you can go on our website, you can go on our Facebook page, call me at the office. Remember that if I am not in my office, there's nobody there to answer the phone, so give me a minute to call you back. But there are so many ways where you can contribute. If we have people who, hey, Drea, I'm not going to be able to make it, but can we throw something in your swag bags? Call me. Bring me the stuff to make those swag bags amazing while you're promoting what you do. Again, we're a community organization, so by all means, we want to have some community information in our swag bags for that night. But I think the event is going to be amazing. We're going to have a sneaker contest for the best sneaker, the craziest sneakers. We're looking at some great prizes, so come with your sneakers. If you've got a sneaker game, look for it. Mine are not that cute or jazzy, but I'll be there.
I got several different shades of orange Chuck Taylors, I will tell you. And I am all in for dressing up fancy and wearing my sneakers. I call it, now you can use this if you want in your marketing moving forward, I call it the mullet of gala dress.
Business in the front.
Because it is business up top and comfort down below.
I'm feeling that 100%. I'm here for it.
So what is the web address? Where can people go to, because that's where they can get your contact information. They can do all of that.
Yes, our website is warrencountyhabitat.org. Very easy. Our Facebook page, look for Warren County. I will make the request that you look for Warren County Virginia.
Yes.
Because there is Warren County Habitat in North Carolina and one in Jersey. And I've had somebody call and almost cuss me slam out. And I'm like, honey, I don't know who you are.
You're not even in my state, ma'am.
And so it took us a minute to walk through and unclench all things to find out it was a totally different state.
So yes, do a search for Warren County VA Habitat, and then you'll land in the right spot.
So I just wanted to put that out there. Like, there's more than one Warren County in the world on the East Coast.
Yes, there are a number of Warren County chambers. What saves us is there's only one Front Royal, Drea, in the entire world.
Is it?
No,
Yeah,
really?
Yes, there are no Front Royals that exist anywhere else.
Listen, we knew we were a special place.
Oh, yeah, we absolutely are.
And that makes it easier then too for you when people are trying to Google all of the things that you've got going on, because I use, to be honest, Front Royal way more than I use Warren County. So that's fantastic.
We've talked about this for years and years from tourism perspective, everything. The signs that you see coming out of DC, all of them say Front Royal. So if someone is calling for Front Royal,
They mean
right
to.
place.
They're
Calling
doing
the
that
right
on
place.
purpose.
Right, yeah.
So you've got Coffee and Conversations coming up this
We
week
do.
as people are listening. Who is
Absolutely.
your
So
featured
on-
person?
Yeah, October 3rd at On Cue, 9 a.m. as normal. Moderator Rob McDougall with Transform Development as usual. Our speaker is going to be incredibly entertaining. If you have not had the opportunity to be in the room with Dr. Martin, who is the acting superintendent of Warren County Public Schools, I encourage you to attend. He is just absolutely delightful. He's very informative, very smart, but his personality is just incredible. So come, I promise you that you will enjoy it.
I have not yet met him, but we were talking about him in a totally different realm because he is an advisor. What do you call those on your board? He's the ex officio. And so he had been here for your board meeting, and you were telling me about how amazing he is and how much you really like him.
It's so funny. I met him when we did new teacher reception, and he is truly entertaining.
He really
so
is. He
I
really
I
is.
typically have another engagement, so I've missed those meetings, but I definitely encourage anybody, if you've got that time, to go to that coffee and conversation. One, he is super smart, but he is super entertaining and just enjoyable.
And that's a good way to start a Friday morning.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. That's a whole lot better than talking about zoning laws or something else. No offense, Joe Petty, if you did that in the past. And then you've got bowling is coming back.
Yeah, we do the Strike Up Some Fun bowling event every year, and so November 6th is this year's date. I released the applications, and the very next day, we had already sold 6 lanes on the day that we released the application. As we speak right now, we have 12 left. But
We're
who
sitting here on
knows?
Friday morning. People aren't listening until
Yeah.
Wednesday. It could be gone or pretty
Yeah.
tight by the time
and
they're
it does sell out. So I encourage you. It's door prizes every 15 minutes.
Nice.
Lots and lots of fun. So I encourage you to come strike up some fun with us at Royal Family Bowling Center on November 6th.
I
And-
do a granny roll.
I guess-
I'm a granny roller.
Would it surprise either of you to know that my bowling ball is orange?
Not
I
at
am-
all.
I don't know where it is right now. It's somewhere in my house, but I know I have one,
Is it
and I
pretty?
know it's
Is it
orange.
like got marbly.
It's very
Why did I know
stylish. Now
that?
my bowling shoes, not so much. I need to find a pair of orange bowling shoes.
You don't have orange bowling.
Right? Yes, that's something I'm gonna have to go
I'm deeply
yeah,
disturbed.
that'll be
by
for the
that.
next year's gala.
Yes.
We'll do some sort of ugly shoe gala, and I'll find myself a pair of bowling shoes
That'll
to
be-
wear for that
yeah,
day.
no. I can't co-sign on that one. I'm so sorry. I was there for a second and I'm just.
I lost her just that quick. So frontroyalchamber.com, and then you're on all the socials as
Oh
well.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
WarrenCountyHabitat.org.
Facebook, Instagram, X. I think we have a linked tree, a thing, but we're.
Just if you're gonna Google Warren County VA
VA.
Habitat,
Yes.
that will get you to where you need to be with Drea.
That will get you everywhere you need to be to get to me.
Thank you for taking some time to chat with Niki and I today.
Thank you guys for inviting me. That was
Thank
fun.
you.
I love hanging out with you guys.
Thank you for hanging out with me as always.
It was wonderful.
And Mike Noble wandering around in the background. He's like, I don't want to talk on the radio. I'll be back tomorrow with a brand new episode of The Valley today, a few minutes after noon, so meet me here then.